Good morning. I'd like to do a little talk on a subject called perception and projection. So, perception and projection. Just because of the way that we are wired as people, you will find that there are, applications that are universal for us all. What I mean by that is that you'll find that we all project on other people, and our perception of being projected on is also valid. So to understand the concept of perception and projection, you have to understand this mantra: all perception is projection. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, what I mean by that is all perception is projection, is that we all live in a world whereby when events happen in our lives, we are inclined to project outwards if we don't want to take responsibility for what it is that's going on in our lives. So, we're inclined to go, if only I had better parents, if only I had a better job opportunity, if only that person had been nicer to me, if only I hadn't took this action. That's all projection outwards. And the perception that people get of people who do a lot of projection is that they're moaners, they just constantly moaning or giving out about their circumstances, and they want to blame everybody else for them, instead of just taking responsibility for what it is you're manifesting in your own life. And so, when you see something in somebody, just know that what you're seeing in that person is somewhere within you. And it might be, you might have done years and years of meditation and work on yourself to get to a very deep level in order to find that there's still residues of that in your being. But what would be important is for you to acknowledge that it's there and then go and search for it. And that takes work, and that takes courage, as we all know, because, if you just continue to project your, the government is doing a really bad job of this virus, or, if only they did this and this, that's just a waste of energy, it's a waste of time, and it's a waste of opportunity. Because it's during these times we have the best opportunity to really figure out who we are, what we are, and what it is we really want in life. So, when you stop the projecting, when you say, okay, for the next month, I'm not going to blame anything on anybody else except myself. That would be an interesting exercise, and see how many times you want to blame other people on what's going on in your life. Take that time now, and if a month is too long, try it in 2 weeks or even a week. But, now is the time to take the time to break down into this experience, into this time where you can go, how am I wasting energy with all this projecting? How am I, in a position to sustain my energy, to feel more in control of the only things I can control, i.e. my own thoughts and my own experiences? As the Buddha once said about, the angry man who turned around and said to the Buddha, oh, you're just one of these people who talk a lot but don't apply the teachings, and he got really angry at the Buddha. And the Buddha just smiled at him and just said, well, when you receive a present and you don't accept the present and you don't open the present, who does the present belong to? And the guy thinks for a moment and goes, well, it belongs to you because, it's yours. And he said, exactly. So your anger is yours. And this is what the teachings do. This is the perception and projection in a teaching. Here's the Buddha himself teaching this in a a more traditional fashion, if you like, where now that we're living in 2020, you know, it's time to start getting 2020 vision on all aspects of our life, you know. And as I say, one of the great ways of doing this is stop projecting outwards. Look at everything that's going on around you. Look at what's manifesting and ask yourself, what relationship do I have with this situation? For instance, if you're finding it difficult to manifest finances, look at all the experiences in your life around finances, where, you know, where finance is used as a way of punishing you when you were younger, i.e. if you got, you know, pocket money for doing little jobs, but you were told, oh, you didn't do the job right, so you're not getting any money or whatever, then this could be a belief in your system that you're not worthy of having money, and you need to trace that and stop it. Stop that thinking. Right down to, you know, you might remember looking at movies as a children, movies like It's a Wonderful Life or Scrooge. And what message did you get from that? Did you get, oh, rich people are just horrible people? Did you get that message? Did you get the message of, you know, it's not good to have money because people won't like you? You know, what message did you get from those movies? And once again, you'll find that they're there. The messages are there. The experiences are there. And they're locked into your unconscious mind. They've become subconscious habits, if you like. And so, you know, unless you take responsibility for this, they're going to be constantly with you. I don't like telling people this, but it's the truth. If you don't take the time to work on your issues, then the issues will remain with you for much longer than they need to. Okay, so, you know, applying what I've said and applying the understanding of, you know, like all perception is projection, then you really can, you know, allow people to be angry at you or, you know, whatever it is, and understand, okay, how much of this belongs to me and how much of this is being projected upon me. And you can take some deep breaths and go, you know, was there any truth in anything that was said? Because you will find in these situations, strangely enough, you will find that there is some truth in there if it affects you. And this is why I do say to people quite a lot, you know, get into your body. Don't get out of your body. Get into your body, because your body is like a receiving station. And when somebody says something to you and, you know, it hurts you in some way, it's because, and I know again that people don't like hearing this, but it's because there is something in the statement or in the exchange that is true. And, you know, have you got the courage to look at that and say, you know, well, yeah, there is truth in that, or, you know, whatever it takes. So, again, a nice example of what it is I'm talking about when in relation to this is that, you know, if you find yourself in this sort of strange situation where, say, somebody turns around and says to you, oh, you're a thief, you're a robber, okay, and you feel offended by, you know, being called a thief or being called a robber, here's the thing. Look and see, is there any time in your experience, in your life, where you stole something? And, you know, if so, there's why you're feeling that there's truth in their statement. Now, they might be accusing you of stealing something that you didn't steal, you know, but that's that thing. But it'll always connect back. That's what our subconscious does. It connects us back from one experience to the next experience to the next experience. And this is why we constantly get triggered. We get triggered again and again. And the gift of being triggered again and again, and I say the gift, is because if you constantly are getting triggered by the same type of scenario, the same type of situation, the gift of that is it's showing you again and again and again, hey, it's time to look at this situation and deal with it. So that's my thought for you to, as I say, really look at yourself now, really take this responsibility for everything that's going on in your life. And then, truly then, you will understand perception, you will understand projection, and you will understand how you can begin to change and control aspects of your life that no longer support who you are. So, I leave you with this message. Who you are is much bigger than anything you have ever thought you are. But because of your experiences, you don't really trust and believe in yourself. Now is the time to do so. So I'm going to project this thought onto you. You are brilliant. You are a wonderment in the world. You are an important person in the world. And most of all, you are loved. So enjoy the rest of your day. Do apply some of these teachings throughout the week or the month or longer if you can, and watch how it changes your life for the better, because that's what it's about. Changing your life for the better, but not always expecting to be happy, because that's nonsense. You won't always be happy, but you can have a better life and a better experience. Thank you for listening, and subscribe if you want more of these videos, or send me your suggestions on topics that you'd like me to talk about to bewellclinic@yahoo.com. BWELLCLINIC@yahoo.com. And I'll see if I can cover the subject for you. Have a great day. Have a great week. Talk to you again soon. Bye.